Let's take a closer look at the domain of tangent. Our asymptotes for our graph of tangent occur at x equals, because it's vertical lines, negative 450, x equals negative 270, x equals negative 90, and so on, with dots on each end because that continues in that pattern in both directions. So this graph shows them. It doesn't show all of them because I ended my graph at negative 360 and at 360, but it shows our vertical asymptotes there. Now, why are there vertical asymptotes there? Because those are the values where your cosine of x equals 0 and tangent of x is sine of x over cosine x. So that means that you would have 0 in the denominator, which is not a good thing. So if we look back to our unit circle here, right here and right here, 90 and 270, that's where our cosine, because cosine is the x, that's where our cosine is 0. So that's why at 90, 270, and then 270 plus 180, plus 180, plus 180. Okay, or going backwards, negative 90, negative 270, and so on, going around and around, going negative. So every time we hit one of these 2 points as we go around our unit circle, that's going to give us an asymptote because that's where cosine is 0 and tangent is equal to sine over cosine. You can't have 0 in the denominator. Now, the thing we want to do is write that in a more concise way. So what we're going to do is write it as x equals 90 plus 180 n, where n is an integer. Remembering that integer is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they're negatives. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and so on. So in other words, what I'm doing is taking this unit circle, going 90 plus 180, plus 180, plus 180, plus 180, and so on. Or I could go 90 minus 180 if n equals negative 1, minus 180, minus 180, so that I keep hitting those spots. Okay, so you can think about it this way. If n equals negative 3, we get x equals, because it's the asymptote, negative 450. If n equals negative 2, negative 270. If n equals negative 1, negative 90. 0 gives us 90, 1 gives us 270, 2 gives us 450, and 3 gives us 630. So that's what's happening as we go around the circle. Now, if I were to take these values, negative 3, negative 450, negative 2, negative 270, negative 1, negative 90, and so on, and write an equation for it, first of all, I would realize that they are linear, and then my y-intercept is 90. So that's how we came up with the 90 plus 180n. Now, for the asymptotes, it's x equals. For the domain, it's x cannot equal, because at the asymptotes, your domain is undefined. And that is it. That is why the domain on our tangent is written as x cannot equal 90 plus 180n, where n is an integer.